For 2 decades, Africa has spoken in one voice, demanding justice, equity, and representation in the highest organ of global governance. This demand, however, continues to be ignored, deferred, or endlessly debated to the detriment of both Africa and the legitimacy of the United Nations itself. You cannot claim to be the United Nations while disregarding the voice of 54 nations. It is not possible. Africa is no longer willing to wait on the margins of global governance while decisions about peace, security, and development are made without our understanding, without our perspectives, and without our voice. Africa's exclusion is not only unacceptable, unfair, and grossly unjust, it also undermines the very credibility of the United Nations, this organization. Africa dominates most of the Security Council agenda, provides some of the largest contingents of UN peacekeeping forces, and bears the heaviest costs of instability. Yet we remain the only continent without a permanent seat at the main table where decisions about our destiny are made. Africa deserves, ladies and gentlemen, at the very least, 2 permanent seats with full rights, including the right to veto, and 2 additional non-permanent seats on the United Nations Security Council.
So, Kenyan president fails to understand that the United Nations was not designed bearing him in mind. I could remember by the time the United Nations was formed, Kenya was still under colonial rule. Likewise, some others like Nigeria, Ghana, and the rest of most African countries. So in this light, you should understand that the United Nations was not created with him in mind. So I think African leaders should actually come back to Africa and build a great continent first before looking beyond Africa. Let them come back and build a great what's AU, African Union. It has no base. Nothing is happening there that is worthy of emulation. But we want to go to the world level, United Nations, and demand for a seat in the highest Security Council, being the highest level of United Nations. So please, let us tell ourselves the truth, come back to Africa and make Africa great first before seeking the world. These are people that colonized you. You wouldn't even expect them to give you any seat or space over there. So you can't lament for life. You can't even do as much as Gaddafi did during his time, and you saw his fate. So let's be realistic. Tell yourself and your country the truth. Come back to Africa and build for us something great before you start looking for the world power. Thank you.